Guys, what's going on? I'm Steve and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back and I appreciate the support. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see my personal email. You guys got a story you want me to cover? Something exciting that you think my audience will like? Please, by all means, share it and I'll shout you out. Guys, I'm going to talk a little bit today about the Michael Irvin situation, being that it's Super Bowl Sunday and my team later on, the Philadelphia Eagles, are going to win against Kansas City. Don't hate. And I want to give just my thoughts on this whole situation. And I don't want to be offensive to nobody, but I got to be me and I got to be honest. As we all well know, NFL Network has taken Michael Irvin off of its broadcast for the Super Bowl, for the Super Bowl week. Supposedly something happened. You know, an incident in a bar or whatever where it's some type of lady made a complaint against Michael Irvin and they haven't fired him. NFL Network has not fired Michael Irvin, but they took him out of that situation, meaning, hey, Michael, you will not be participating in Super Bowl weekend. Super Bowl weekend, and rightfully so, he's upset. So much so, supposedly he's filed a lawsuit for a few $1 million, supposedly, and rightfully so. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think this whole thing is BS, and this is just me. There's been witnesses that came forward and stuff like that, but let me just say this real fast before I show you this video. What the witnesses said. You know, they were right there when they seen him leave and go up to his room. This whole man-hating culture nowadays, or like where you can't even say anything, or anything, you know, you as a man says to a woman a lot of times can be taken out of proportion and then turned against you, even if you didn't mean anything by it, whether it's sexual or not. Your words can be turned against you. I don't think that's right, man. And I think that's one of the biggest problems in society we have today. And a lot of disparity between, you know, that's a big disconnect between us as men and women. Now, I mean, I don't want to get into, you know, a lot of femininity or whatever. You know, they got channels for that. If y'all like that type of stuff, I try to stay away from it. But I mean, from my eyes and what I see and hear, I mean, the whole situation is not good for the fabric of just us as men and women in relationship wise. It's like we're getting diverted in different ways that take us off of the very essentials that we need to survive as humanity. And that's just me. I don't think none of this happened. Another thing is, in fact, watch the video and let me come back, because I got some strong things I want to say. Check it out.
Were you right there when the interaction, like that's kind of been questioned, kind of happened?
Yeah, 100%. So we just came back in from the lobby after taking like a group picture. So I was there with a few of my friends. You know, it was a bit of a work meeting. We had a really positive interaction with Michael. Group photos. I then got a one-on-one photo with Michael, which was great. I was at the back of the group as we re-entered the lobby. So I saw Michael. He was heading towards the lifts, and then he gets called back by a young lady just to say hello. And
did you hear like exactly what happened? Or what was said?
It was a very
what did you hear?
It was a positive, like, friendly conversation.
Yeah.
You know, they had a brief interaction. It was, you know, 30-40 seconds. He kept his distance at all time. It stood about a meter away from her. They ended it with a handshake, and he literally turned around and went back to the lift.
But was anything like inappropriate said, or like, you know?
No, not at all. Not at all. There was a little bit of laughter. Obviously, jovial conversation. Yeah, nothing untoward. For me to actually take notice of what was going on.
So there's not even like, did she react in any, there's no way that she reacted uncomfortably at all?
No, not in my opinion. Like, she turned around, like, after the conversation, she went back into the bar area or around the bar area, and everyone continued their evening. It was nothing that I witnessed that, you know, was untoward whatsoever.
Well, what happened? You were there.
Yeah, so I was at the bar, and I was there with two buddies of mine. We were having like a business dinner, and we looked across the bar and saw there was Michael Irvin, which was really cool because I grew up watching football. I'm from Philadelphia. and we offered to buy him a drink. So I told the waitress, I said, hey, can you buy Michael a drink for us? Michael declined the drink, but came over and said, thank you, I have work early tomorrow morning, I can't tonight, all that kind of stuff. And he could see, I had my phone open for a picture. So he said, do you want to take a picture? I said, absolutely. He said, let's step outside. I can't take a picture inside the building or whatever it was. So we took a bunch of pictures outside, a little after 11 o'clock, I guess it was. And when we walked in, we walked back to go into the bar. He went straight to go to his hotel room. And I guess somebody that worked there, I don't know if it was a waitress or a bartender, came up and said, hey, it's Michael Irvin. And he said, oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm Michael, shook her hand. And the crazy part is it was like a 30-second interaction. Maybe it could have been a minute, because I didn't really think much of it because it was just fan kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I woke up, that ended. He went up to his hotel. I woke up, I guess, this morning and saw this thing that said, Michael Irvin, like sexual assault. And I was like, God, I just took a picture with that guy. I can't believe it. And then I read it. And it was from the night that I was there, and I was like, this is baffling. Because I saw it, and I never witnessed something like that happen before.
So what you said she could have been like an employee of the hotel?
Yeah, she had a uniform on. So I don't know if she was a waitress or a bartender, but she was just in that lounge area or whatever. It was a crowded bar.
And it literally, like, what was optically, like, you're looking, it was, what happened?
So I'm sitting, so we're standing right here, and so she was at kind of at the corner where the bar was, came around the corner and said, hey, Michael Irvin. He said, it's nice to meet you. We shook her hand, and it was about a 30-second interaction that was jovial, like a fan interaction, and that was it. And then she went back to work.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Those are the two key eyewitnesses to this whole situation. And you see a lot of videos where they talk about new twists and turns and stuff. These are the witnesses everybody's talking about, in case you didn't see them. But guys, man, listen. In the defense of the accuser, and this is all I'm going to defend you on, nobody knows what happened when he left out of sight from the two witnesses and what happened later on in the room. But I'm going to leave that alone, but I want to say a couple of things real quick. First thing is this cancel culture BS, man, I'm not feeling. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And my thing is this. It seems like nowadays a lot of laws are made up to where, they're against men, or something a man would do more, and the laws are more male oriented. And when I say male oriented, I mean as far as like something that would affect the male. The law is mainly like something, only a man would do, or it could only apply to a man. And I think that's messed up. Another thing is, how come every time somebody gets accused of something, they never say who it is? Why are you always protecting our identity? Michael Irvin ain't no hitman. He ain't gonna send nobody to go get nobody. But the thing is this, if you can't show your face and say, yeah, he did it, I wouldn't even deal with it. Who did it? Or you know who did it, but you can't show your face and say you the one that said he did it? You know how many people in jail right now, locked up, because somebody told on them? And they don't even know who it is. But a lot of people don't know. In law, it's something called right to accuser. You have right of accuser. You, as somebody being victimized, have the right to know who's the one saying something against you. And he'll find out, or he probably already knows who it is. Most likely he knows who it is. But the thing is this. That man is probably, I know he's in his 50s. Because Michael Irvin is older than me. I used to watch him, when I was younger, playing football. I think he's married. Not saying that is anything that has anything to do with it. But at the pinnacle of his life, right now, and he didn't had brushes with the law, and he didn't had a shady past with some of the stuff that he's done. Now, I don't know if anything was ever of a sexual nature. You know what I'm saying? I would have to go look back. But at his age right now, and where he is in life, with his job, he's out there on business. You've seen from the guys, he wouldn't even drink alcohol. That's how focused and tuned in he was and focused on his job. Why would he risk that? And these athletes go through all this training when they're younger and experience from having all the copious amounts of money that a lot of women that come to them only come to them because of their status. Why would he forget all that? Think about that. He's in a crowded bar and he picks you out of everybody in there to act nasty with or say something disparaging. Man, this thing, the possibility of this being true, I say, is at 2%. And like I said, man, like a lot of these situations, man, it's not good for us as people. It's not good. Like a lot of women say, oh, chivalry is dead. Shit like this. And when people make these allegations, I don't know if she's trying to get money or she just want attention. This make all women get bad, and they put a bad taste in a lot of men's minds, you know, that have not experienced a good woman. And man, listen, people always gravitate to things that are negative. Now, there are people on both sides of the fence. Might be a lot of ladies out there that be like, hey, this is BS. There might be other ladies out there that been like, yo, I think he did it. Because I'm going to tell you something. Michael Irvin's attitude, the way he comes off to me, I don't know him as a person, but he comes off to me like fake sometimes. Like how he's on TV. Now, I don't know how he is in real life, because the way they were describing him, they said he was real professional, real nice. So he might just be in character on TV. With that over the top, that yelling and jumping and moving, that's too much for me. That's extra. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. And I'm not going to use that to say that's why he did something. But, man, this whole thing is stupid, man. This whole thing is dumb. I mean, they didn't see you and the girl walking away or anything like that. Guys just spoke about what they saw. And another thing is, there are going to be people out there, oh, the witnesses are lying. Why? Because they're men. What do they get out of Michael Irvin doing something to you or anybody? Just one of them things. But listen, guys, I hope this thing works out. But my biggest issue is there are laws out here right now. I did a story on Mike Tyson. You guys can go check it out. Look at my video library. In Albany, well, in New York now, they got a law that they just started incorporating, saying you have up to a year, I guess from the inception of the law, to report a sexual assault or R word, I don't want to use that word, that happened to you. And it can go all the way back past 10, 20, 30 years. That's not right. And it's not like, you know, if you didn't, let me just be quiet. But listen, guys, man, it's a lot of things out here that's messed up. And just avoid a lot of the BS. But I mean, a guy sees a woman nowadays, just coming up to her and saying, hey, what your name is, and asking her name can get you in a lot of trouble. And I'm like, if it's all like that, how can we interact as members of the opposite sex and get anything accomplished? Because some people don't go on dating sites. Some people see somebody in a supermarket, and you know, guys, you know about this. You can see a woman in a supermarket and she can be strikingly beautiful. It's going to do what? Spark your curiosity to want to know more about her. And you might want to go over there and introduce yourself, be as polite as you want, and it can get you in trouble. But on the flip side of the coin, you'll see a lot of times on a lot of these TikTok videos and all this other stuff, women do crazy stuff and walk up to men, and if the roles, the sexes was reversed, it would be sexual harassment. So I mean, go figure. But I mean, I just hope this thing works out for Michael Irvin. This cancer culture BS is stupid. And I mean, when I spoke I have a lot of female viewers that watch me. I meant no disrespect. You know, you old enough, you understand what I'm saying when I said this. But I mean, I'm not talking about all women. But listen, guys, as always, leave me a comment, man. Tell me if y'all believe it or not. I mean, it may be true. And if it is true, I'm going to get on here and apologize in the video like, yo, I didn't know. But, like, comment, share, subscribe, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Go Eagles. Take care.